Hi everybody, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope you guys having a good day, or hoping that you guys have better days ahead. This is Marlon here, and this is episode 89 of Mushroom City in Minecraft. Folks, it's another one of those Minecraft streams today. But Kingdom Hearts 2, well, let's just say I have a lot going on with Kingdom Hearts, but not in a good way, because it's going to take me a while for me to complete the game, unfortunately. But I'm in no rush, to be honest with you guys. But we're here to play Mushroom City in Minecraft, but in the second hour of the stream, though. This is the first hour, and we're going to talk about the weather. And we're going to be streaming for 2 hours. And, well, there's nothing more to add, except it is 6:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, not daylight time, because earlier this morning in the pre-dawn hours, we ended up with the end of daylight savings, and here we are. But the good news is that I did end up getting an extra hour of sleep. Although the timing of which shouldn't matter unless if it were March already. But this is only just temporary. Anyway, let's talk about the weather. So let's see what we got. Okay. We have 23 active weather alerts. We have 2 special marine warnings located in right outside the Florida Keys and outside of the Outer Banks. But although they're way out to sea, though, and the NMs mean nautical miles. So, how is it any different? That is going to be the weather topic of the day, folks. Or it could be something else. But I might consider that as a weather topic of the day for another day. But in the meantime, let's focus on other active weather alerts. 15 high wind warnings, 3 air quality alerts, 2 flood warnings, and 1 red flag warning. Let's take a look at this synoptically. So, what do we have here? Well, we do have an area of high pressure that's located offshore from the New York City area, and it's causing some dry air throughout places like New England and the New York City area, and as well as parts of the upstate New York, part of the New York State, most of Pennsylvania. Although there's another area of high pressure located just on the northern part of the Ohio Valley, and another area of areas of high pressure located in the lower Mississippi Valley, Texas, the great parts of the Great Plains, the mid Mississippi Valley, and Colorado Rockies, parts of the Great Basin, and much of California, and as well as some parts of the Pacific Northwest on the coastal side, though. We do have areas of low pressure with cold fronts in places like the Smoky Mountains, Georgia, and Panhandle of Florida, as you can see, folks. And we do have a warm front that's present throughout the Great Plains region, a cold front in the Dakotas and Montana, a stationary front that's sneaking through southwestern Montana, through Idaho, Nevada, and then becomes a cold front in Northern California. But we'll talk about more about what's going on radar-wise and some active weather alerts region by region right about now. Let's take a look. Okay. So, for the most part, in the past 3 hours, there have been clouds and a few showers rolling into places like Virginia, West Virginia. Washington, D.C. is mostly dry. A few clouds in the Adirondacks region. But in New England, it's very dry. My area, very dry. Much of Pennsylvania, too. Then we go down to the southeast, where there are lots of storms developing throughout the Carolinas, Georgia, and a few clouds and showers from Jacksonville to Tampa. And there are lots of storms in South Florida, but most notably in the Florida Keys, though. That is responsible for rough waters offshore from the Florida Keys, you can see. And we do have another area with rough waters, just located southeast of Southport. Okay, yeah, I thought I hear background music for a moment there. Alright, so let's see where else. Okay, northern Georgia, all the way to eastern Tennessee. Some thunderstorms and showers are there. A few pop-up showers and clouds in northern Alabama, and as well as outside of Nashville, surrounding Nashville, I should say. Elsewhere in Mississippi, Memphis, nothing much, as well as Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Texas. Much of the Ohio Valley is clear, though on the eastern side, some few pop-up showers, passing clouds, moving into southeastern Ohio, eastern Kentucky. But in places like Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, quite clear. But a few clouds are located outside of Chicago, and clouds and a few showers are rolling into places like Milwaukee. Detroit's clear. And in northern lower Michigan, plus upper Michigan, showers and clouds, plenty of rains moving into that part of the Great Lakes state, and as well as northern Wisconsin, some rolling clouds and some showers pouring into places like Green Bay and central Minnesota, northern Minnesota. Southern Minnesota is quiet. Iowa, Nebraska, also quiet. But just a few clouds started moving into places like in the southern part of Minnesota. The Dakotas, though, we have the central part of the Dakotas. You get some showers and clouds rolling through the Dakotas. It's a fast one, folks, and they travel so fast. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Okay, this is annoying. Hold on. Okay, now we're back. Alright, clouds and showers coming from Montana. Montana has a few clouds and showers that have been around for the past 3 hours. Some of them may have been pop-ups coming from the northern Rockies, you can see, folks, but some in the form of wintry weather, and as well as northern Wyoming, in northern and eastern Idaho as well. Hold on a minute again. The rest of Idaho and the rest of Wyoming is clear. The four corner states of New Mexico, Colorado, Arizona, and Utah clear. Nevada is clear. California is clear. But do keep in mind that there are air quality alerts in and around the Los Angeles area. And what is going on? Well, they have what it's called a no burn rule, in which you can't really burn anything that's made of wood. And why is that, folks? It's all because of some health issues. Probably because of some weather that's too well. I would consider that as a lack of wind, but we'll take a look at the winds in just a moment, folks. But regardless, there's no rain around, and I failed to mention that in East Central Florida, like in and around Daytona Beach and Orlando, still some flood warnings are there. Failed to mention And then we work our way towards places like Montana. Eastern Montana, they're under red flag warnings despite some rolling clouds around. High wind warnings just to the west in the central parts of Montana, and as well as southwestern Oregon. The Pacific Northwest, for the most part, is dry, but a few places in Washington State, a few clouds and showers have been popping up, especially in the Olympic National Park area 3 hours ago. Alright, and now let's see what we got in terms of here, in terms of wind. Some light and variable winds throughout much of the Northeast. New England has winds are moving to the east for the most part, but places like New Jersey, New York City, upstate New York, Pennsylvania, winds are moving to the north at up to 15 miles an hour. In the mid-Atlantic, places like Pennsylvania, also moving to the north though. But in Virginia, the Delmarva Peninsula, Washington, D.C., Maryland, and West Virginia, winds are mostly moving to the west, moving up to 15 miles an hour. In the south, let's take a look. In the southeast, we do have winds that are coming on shore, blowing up to 30 miles an hour along the Outer Banks. But elsewhere throughout the Carolinas, just up to 20 miles an hour, moving to the southwest. Georgia, slower, just moving down south. Tennessee, also slower, but moving generally toward the south. But Alabama and Mississippi, same direction, but with winds moving up to 20 miles an hour. Arkansas, just somewhat light and variable winds, with winds moving away from Arkansas, just moving up to 20 miles an hour. Louisiana, winds are mainly moving to the south, moving up to 20 miles an hour. In the Delta region of Louisiana, though, winds are moving up to 30 miles an hour. In Florida, you have winds generally moving to the south and then to the west in South Florida. Florida Keys, winds were moving to the west at up to 25 miles an hour. In the Midwest, the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes region, winds are moving to the northeast, but winds are very light in the Ohio Valley, but going up north, winds are very strong, moving up at around 30 miles an hour, but in places like Lake Michigan and Lake Superior, over those waters, winds accelerate to over 40 to 50 miles an hour. In the Great Plains, winds are coming from the south, and they're moving to the northeast at up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. In the Dakotas, you get winds coming from the northwest, blowing up to 30 miles an hour, but shifting to the northeast now. I don't know if I failed to mention Texas. Light and variable winds in the southern, eastern parts of the state. Northern and western Texas and Oklahoma, winds moving to the north at up to 20 to 30 miles an hour. In the northwestern part of the country, let's take a look. In the northern Rockies, winds are coming from the Rockies, but light and variable throughout much of Idaho. And winds throughout much of Montana and southern Idaho and much of Wyoming, they're blowing around 20 to 30 miles an hour. A little light and variable throughout much of Washington State, much of Oregon, but western Oregon, winds moving to the south at up to 20 miles an hour. In the southwestern part of the country, you got plenty of light and variable winds throughout much of Nevada, Utah, western Colorado, western New Mexico, much of Arizona, and much of California. Well, I guess in a way it kind of explains what's going on, why there are burning bans, because in a geographical location, you do have areas where it is prone to pollution because of the valley trapping all those pollutants that'll occur, would eventually occur in the places like LA in the valley, San Fernando Valley, that is, and the surrounding areas. Eastern New Mexico and eastern Colorado see some winds. They're moving generally to the north at up to 20 to 25 miles an hour.